And so you mentioned shop a few times. So I
Hmm.
assume your dad had a shop already, a
Hmm.
workshop, and
Yeah.
you were hanging out. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister. Yeah.
And did she ever hang out with you, or you were just the only one in the family?
Yeah, that's interesting. No, she wasn't building much with me. My wood shop was about 100 yards away from the house, so it was kind of hard to get to. So you never really saw my mom or my sister out there. It was mostly me and my dad and my uncles hanging out there. So
So your dad really made you his company in the shop, and
yeah,
through that you kind of developed that affection for the work, and then of course it showed you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so it's really it goes back to your dad. Your dad
Yeah.
gave you this, right?
Yeah, and my dad worked his butt off, and I grew up, this whole time, this was right around the Great Recession. I watched my dad work his absolute butt off during one of the hardest times in the world. So, seeing him like make his way through that and fight for his family, and then meanwhile seeing like how everyone was affected financially. Not only did that give me the drive to work hard, but also say, hey, I never want to go through that again. So there is sort of that financial motivation there too, where like that was a struggle, and nobody wants to struggle like that again. So if you can achieve financial independence through working hard, like my dad has, and like he's taught me to do, then you can put yourself in a pretty good place.
Yeah, I mean it's this your story with your dad reminds me of a line from a documentary I saw. It's a great documentary. It's called New York. It's the story of New York, and
Okay.
and there are several historians talk about different things happen when it was the New Amsterdam days, and then how it then evolved and blah blah, and how it became business oriented, the financial
Hmm.
markets and all that stuff. And this guy was talking about his dad. His dad was an immigrant, and he was the first generation. But at the same time, his dad had been wounded in the war, so he had bad knees. And in New York, you have Staten Island, which you have to take the ferry for, and blah blah. So he was saying that my dad would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then get ready for work because it was three of them and his mother. He had to work really hard, but at the same time, he could hear his dad like moan because of the pain he had. But he wouldn't say anything. He would just every morning he would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get ready, go to work, and feed the family. So he said, I grew up thinking that I have to honor this. So that was the kind of upbringing he had and the values that he developed. So it sounds to me
Hmm.
like your dad
Yeah.
did the same thing. He showed you.
Yeah.
He's not like, with a stick waving, do this, do that. No, he just showed
Right.
you what it takes. And then in the process, you develop this passion for building things. And now you're building
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
that you're
No.
going to be building a lot more things going forward.
Exactly, exactly. Yep, yep. There's a lot more in store, and yeah, certainly thankful for the upbringing that I had that made it so I can do this, and not only bringing value to myself and my company and my co-founders, but also all the people that are working alongside us, all the customers, all the sellers, all the affiliates doing the same thing. So yeah, it's definitely a great place to be.